Boop, 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 boop. Hey guys, welcome back to Peaked in 6th Grade. I'm Angie, and I'm here with Jayton and Katie, and someone very special, someone dear to my heart. The President of the United States, everyone.
Hi.
We're here with Katie. She's a good friend of ours. She's been in some of our gaming videos. Katie, how are you?
I'm good.
No, not you.
I'm doing.
Sorry.
I'm here. I'm living.
You sure? Are you sure about that?
Anyways, y'all hear about that clip for the Big Red Dog live action movie?
Yeah.
What about it?
So, I think I'm honestly a person who prefers animated movies and TV shows over live action ones, like the Mulan fucking reboot,
any normal person, yeah.
Yeah, like any normal person. I prefer the animated ones, but if this trend in Hollywood keeps going, what kind of childhood movies and TV shows that are animated do you think they're gonna make live action next? You think we're gonna 2022 Backyardagains live action movie?
That's what I'm hoping for.
I feel like that would be a good one.
Maybe a good
I like
one.
the concept that they're not supposed to be reboots. They're just comedy versions of the childhood movies that we grew up with. Like, the kids that are going to grow up with these ones might not know that, and they might get the garbage ones, but to us, we get to look back and watch the real ones after we watch the new ones and just think, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a big Hollywood joke.
True.
I don't know, I still think a live action Backyardigans movie would be top notch.
I think we've had that.
Would it be hyper realistic? Super
no,
good?
What I want is I just want normal actors wearing animal costumes, really low budget animal costumes.
So furries.
Yeah, they're furries.
No, they're all just in fursuits.
Furries, the movie.
Who's our ideal cast for a live action Backyardigans movie?
You tell me, Katie. Who's your ideal cast?
We got all the Backyardigans. Let's go one by one. Say who we're gonna cast them for. Okay.
All right.
Who do you think
Tasha?
Tasha she's a hippo? Yeah, Tasha's a hippo.
Yeah.
I'm going for Tasha live action. Trisha Paytas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Trisha Paytas would be really good as Tasha.
See, I said Lizzo.
You say Lizzo. Ooh, I love the representation there.
I said Bella Thorne.
Thorne?
Yeah, she's my ideal casting choice for Tasha.
That's a good one.
Jayton, who do you think for Tasha?
I think. Oh, for Tasha?
Yeah, for Tasha.
Ooh, I didn't get this far. I thought we were gonna each give a character. My bad.
Ooh.
Shucks. Did Katie give one yet?
I said Trisha Paytas.
The other Katie.
I said
Oh,
Lizzo.
she said Lizzo.
Lizzo.
Yeah, I second Lizzo, actually.
Yeah.
Lizzo? Alright, so
Yeah.
we're all agreeing here, Lizzo, for Tasha on the live-action Backyardigans movie.
Mm-hmm.
How about for Austin, the little Australian kangaroo boy?
I think
The moose?
Keanu Reeves?
I think Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Oh. I said Timothy Chalamet.
Dude, I said Cole Sprouse's character in Riverdale, not necessarily Cole Sprouse.
Jughead Jones.
Jughead, Cole Sprouse's character, not Cole Sprouse as a person.
Yeah, Jughead.
But Jughead would play Austin really well.
So it's like a double thing there where Cole Sprouse is playing Jughead, who is also playing Austin.
Yeah, while Riverdale was going on, Jughead had a side gig that no one knew about where he voiced Austin. No, he played Austin in the live-action Backyardigans movie.
Yeah. And it just comes up in a Riverdale episode hey Jughead, where have you been lately? And he's you know me, I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I was Austin on the Backyardigans.
No. They ask him about it and they confront him about it, but he just tries to deny it the whole time.
And then he starts speaking in an Australian voice and he's like, "G'day, Betty." And she's like, "Oh, what?"
I hate it.
Hello, Betty. It's me, Jughead.
I hate it so much. What about Pablo?
Pablo?
Yeah.
I said Aiden Gallagher.
I think Caesar Malone would make a good Pablo.
Caesar Malone.
Caesar Malone.
I agree completely.
I said specifically Jerry Trainer in iCarly.
Jerry Trainer?
I said Rico from Hannah Montana.
Is this also a Jughead Jones thing where it's Rico playing him, or is it Rico's actor?
No, Rico's character in Hannah Montana.
Who we got for Uniqua?
Scarlett Johansson.
She playing everybody.
Yeah.
I said Queen Latifah.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah.
I said Sky Jackson, like
Oh,
like
that's a
the girl
good
from
one.
Jessie. Yeah, Sky Jackson. Who's your unique one?
I think Lizzo.
Yeah, that one makes sense for sure.
No,
It's like
screw the
one
whole
of those
thing.
like family trap memes where it's two
Yeah,
people
yeah,
between a person playing the role.
Screw
How
screw
about
the whole
Backyard?
casting.
Yeah,
Screw
it's
the whole
just
casting
Lizzo.
is just Lizzo.
Just Lizzo.
Lizzo and the voices in her head. Go on the shoes.
No, it's just Lizzo like wearing different wigs.
Who do you guys have for Tyrone?
For Tyrone, so I don't know if you know this, but you guys know Andre from Victorious.
Of course.
Yeah.
So he actually is the voice of Tyrone, and I think he should just reprise his role as Tyrone in the live-action movie.
Oh yeah, I think that's perfect. It's perfect casting.
I'm really excited. Hollywood, hit us up at peakin6gradepodcast.com.
For Tyrone, I said Samuel L. Jackson.
Ooh.
I think it should be Tyler the Creator.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah. And then Tyler the Creator should like redo the whole soundtrack for it.
Oh, that'd be hard.
Like every
Yeah.
single song on the Backyardigans soundtrack, it's just remade by Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, and like super vulgar.
Uh,
Yeah.
Flying
Yeah, like
rock
the
song
deep
fucking
beats.
reprised. Anyways, Hollywood, hit us up if you want to do this. We will sue if a live action Backyardigans movie comes out.
We'll just
and
do
we're
it.
not
We'll
in
just
charge
make
of it.
our own.
We'll
Yeah,
just
we'll
make
it
it.
ourselves.
I think we could play the roles of these characters.
Well, I think we could get the
Guys,
cast.
Guys, I think I've got a backyard that we can use.
You
Oh,
whoa,
shit,
wait,
wow.
hold up. You got a backyard for real?
Oh,
Wait, I
that's
got one
crazy.
too.
Me too.
I don't.
I think we have
Oh.
at least 3 episodes here, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 different backyards.
Actually, not episodes. This is the movie. I forgot. My bad.
Mhm.
Who are
We'll do
gonna
3
play?
different movies. We'll do the first
who-
one, the second
Three
one, and
songs.
the
Who are you
yeah.
guys gonna play?
I'm gonna play Austin.
I call Pablo.
Damn.
I guess I'll be
I-
Tasha.
I don't think I can be Tyrone, can I?
You're gonna
Well,
get
they're
animals.
just
You gotta be-
animals.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Do you think animals
you
can
can
be
tell.
racist?
Animals?
Definitely.
Yes.
Like, do you think animals could do blackface?
And yeah, like if like a Siamese cat paints their fur black, and it's like, whoa, man, you can't do that. That's black cat
Yeah,
racism.
with the cat's opposable thumbs.
It's like
Yeah.
the Cats movie. Is this what the Cats movie's about?
Oh shit! The Cats movie is about racism. The Cats movie is about systematic racism.
The Cats movie ended racism, actually.
The Cats movie started racism.
Imagine everyone goes into the Cats theater like with like their Confederate flag hanging out like their back pocket, and then they watch the movie, single teardrop down their eye, and they leave the theater, throw that Confederate flag in that trash can outside the theater, and they're like, I'm a new man now. Cats taught me everything.
That's definitely what the movie is
I love
about.
the fact that they brought the Confederate flag to the theater.
No, they
to
just
have the
have it. They
opportunity
always
to throw it away.
they always have it.
Just like in
It's
their
just always
back
there in
pocket.
their back. Yeah. It's kind of like those like cars that just have flags waving. It's that, but it's just in your back pocket.
I was imagining like Dora, like how she always has the map, but it's just racists in their Confederate flag.
The racist map.
Yeah.
We don't want to go through that neighborhood. Those people.
Oh god.
You don't want to go around those people.
Oh no. It's like Dora, but the flag is just calling her slurs the entire time.
And she like
The
pulls out her
backpack
map,
hates it.
and then she's like looking at it, and it only shows America on the map. And she's like, "Where are all the other countries' map?" It's like only America and Europe. And he's like, "We don't need to go to those countries, Dora."
You don't want to know about those countries.
And Mexico's not even on there. And Dora's like, "Wait a minute."
Where am I?
I hope so.
I hate it.
This is a dream world, Dora. I think the Dora live action movie that we make will be a lot better than the one that they make.
Okay, but
Oh, I
who's
forgot
playing
about
Dora?
that.
Oh no, Paula's playing
Who's playing
Dora.
Dora? Paula can too.
Paula.
Oh, that's our friend. For people who don't know.
Mhm.
Katie, you want to plug your podcast that you do with her? Is this a
Yeah.
good time? Okay, go.
Me and Paula have a podcast. It's the entire opposite of this podcast, where it's just us trying to get to know each other because we literally don't know each other at all.
Ooh, that's
Um,
funky.
We're going to be uploading our first episode, hopefully this week.
You want to tell us the
Ooh.
name?
It's called Passing the Mic as of right now, but that was taken.
Yeah.
So, we're working on that.
We had that struggle too.
I think Passing the Mic is the actual name right now. It was supposed to be Pass the Mic.
Yeah, but
see.
that was taken, right?
But yeah, that one was taken. So as of right now, we're just trying to find cover art to work with. But yeah,
What you
We're
need,
back.
hit me up.
it'll be it'll be available hopefully this week.
Woo!
I'm so excited for you. Woo, totally
Thank
not
you.
a copy. A very original idea.
Speaking of names that were like taken for, we were trying to do Peakton's middle school, but that was
I feel
taken.
Like Peakton Middle School would be a lot better of a name, but
Yes, and
Peakton
then
6th grade
Yeah.
works.
but I actually there was someone on my Twitter timeline who posted their podcast on Spotify Wrapped, and their number 1 was Peakton Middle School, and I was like, hello, people listen to that instead of this.
Wrong
This-
podcast.
Gold? Wrong podcast.
I think
You
they've
typed in
got
the
some
wrong one.
problems. Yeah.
They just probably think that's you.
Yeah, the whole time. They were like,
Wow.
"Wow, Angie sounds different." I think it's like literally like 2 dudes who do that.
Yeah. It's like, why is there only 2 guys? I thought Jayton was the only guy on the podcast. Me and Angie just
Hey.
morphed into one guy.
Peakton Middle
We
School
would.
It's like Power
podcast.
Rangers.
What is that even about? Oh yeah, that's just 2 guys.
What's
Ours is
y'all's
better.
opinion of mice and men? Huh?
About
Mice
the
and
one
Men?
where the man got
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah, how do we feel about the George and Lenny dynamic?
Oh.
What
I
does that
think
say
I'm
about
Lenny and
society?
Angie is George.
That's 100% true.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No, we
Moving
continue.
Speaking of
No, but you
questions,
Ooh. You got a question for us?
I mean we have some questions we could answer right now. Are you guys ready for
Sure.
some
Yeah,
cues?
go ahead.
Some cues and some A's?
I can give you some A's if you give me some cues.
I'll give you some cues. I'll give you
God
a
willing.
cue. All right. Someone in our Discord, thank you Jordan for the question. He asked if you could change one thing about growing up, what would you change?
A bigger ass. No,
Wow.
I need 2
Next
minutes to actually think of an answer.
No, me too. Let's just take a minute of silence where we all collect our thoughts.
And Grace, can we eat?
Amen.
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 I feel like if I were to change it, I don't really think I would change anything, but if I had to, it'd probably be like doing better in school,
Yeah.
because like throughout, especially like middle school and high school, my ADHD like got advantage of me,
Same.
and I did terrible.
Yeah, I'd be like that.
And I was like a mild perfectionist too, so I wouldn't turn it in work if it wasn't good enough,
Mm-hmm.
and that just screwed me over in the long run. But other than that, I feel like I wouldn't really change anything,
Yeah.
because like my life would be fair, like a decent amount different. I
Yeah.
feel.
Is this like a current me going back in time kind of move where I can be like, hey Roger, don't marry that woman. It's not gonna end well.
Or
Yeah.
just like changing something in general, because like if it was like me going back in time, there's a lot.
Yeah, if we went back in time, we maybe would not even be here.
Yeah.
But no,
I
I
feel
mean, like, not necessarily, like, doing it hypothetically, but just, like, something that you maybe regret.
I regret going to that Mommy and Me class when I was 6 years old.
And we met. Yeah. I mean, mine is also kind of related to school. Like, I just wish that I mean, it's kind of just something that I'm curious about. Like, I wouldn't necessarily change it, but if I decided to continue doing regular high school and I didn't decide to do online school,
Yeah.
like, it would be interesting. And not something I would necessarily change, but, like, maybe it is. I don't know.
It would be pretty interesting because it would
Mm-hmm.
be 2 pretty stark comparisons.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I wouldn't
For
be
me,
in
I'd
Florida.
say, for me,
There you
I'd
go.
say that I wouldn't want to do as well in high school. Like, I always wanted to be and do the very best that I could. Not like to be the very best, but like I wanted a really high GPA because I felt that was what made you a good person or
Yeah.
a good kid, maybe. I don't know. And as I've grown up, it's really interesting to learn how it doesn't necessarily matter how book smart a person is, because those people can't necessarily socialize. They can't do this and this and this. So being book smart and putting 100% into that and stressing about it all the time and constantly being on my own back in AP classes, when realistically I only needed an ACT score to get into college.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
GPA didn't even matter. Like,
True.
the whole
I feel
reason
like-
that I was grinding so hard, there were other ways around.
Yeah, I
And-
feel like one of like the things that makes like doing well in school very important is dependent on like what career you want to go into.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And so for like for most careers, you really don't have to do well that like super well in school where like you have to have
Yeah.
straight A's.
Yeah,
very
You
for
can just
sure.
get average grades and you're fine.
Pretty
I just
much.
do my
There-
best.
In high school, it seems like half of the jobs that there are going to be available are going to really, really look at all of your classing and all
Oh
of that
yeah,
stuff.
they
But
definitely like stress
in
you out
reality-
about it.
yeah, in reality, it's like an eighth of the jobs that you
Pretty
might have.
much.
Yeah.
And even then, you don't have to really worry about those things until you're in your 30s. Maybe.
Exactly.
Like, it's not something that's going to affect you right out of high school. Like,
Especially if you're going to like
graduating is
community
important.
college.
Yeah.
And like
yeah.
the only thing that makes it important is like dependent on what college you're going to go into. But other than that, it's like other careers are just going to look at how well you did in college.
Exactly.
They're not even
And
gonna
how
give
well
a
you
shit
perform
about-
at the job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And they're not even gonna care like what you did in high school.
No
Like,
one
Even
cares
my
about
sixth
what you
grade
did in high
biology
school.
Doesn't matter. I tried really hard in that class.
Yeah. Like literally no one, like once you are like past your 20s and are already like, you know, majority through college, like no one cares about what you did in high school. It's pretty much like once it's over, and no one, I mean, really no one cares about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have definitely been a big thing to have known freshman.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I think one thing little end middle school starting high school me should have changed maybe is gone to therapy sooner.
Yeah, I
was a
feel,
little-
yeah.
was a little
That's actually a
bit
good
too,
one.
I was a little bit too easy to manipulate. Just a little bit too easy, too insecure, too not doing the best, and I could have avoided a lot of things that I've learned, I've gotten past, but it'd be nice to not have to have done it, you know?
Yeah, I feel like if I actually put in the effort to like see different therapists and figure out which one was best for me, it would be a lot better. Because I stopped going to therapy for like 4 years because of the therapist I had freshman year. I went to her like for maybe 2 sessions, and her way of helping me was like, "Oh, you're depressed? Write down one of your like depressed thoughts that you have." And I was like, "Okay," so I'd like write it down. I'd be like, I'm sad. And then
No. Maybe stop being sad.
she would be like, "Okay, now turn that into a happy thought." And so I'd just write down, "I'm happy."
I'm happy,
She'd be like-
yeah.
She'd be like, "You just have to do that in your head." And then I just stopped going to her after that.
I went to therapy when I was 8 years old, and I didn't take it seriously in the slightest. Like, I was 8, so I was like going for like some random phases where I thought it was funny to draw pictures of people jumping off cliffs because I thought that was funny.
And they were like, to therapy you go.
Like, Raina, your daughter is suicidal. I'm sorry to tell you that your 8-year-old daughter wants to kill herself. And I'm like, LOL, jumping off cliffs.
That's really true. I remember in high school, like, especially freshman year area, like saying that you were maybe not high school, but like middle school, it was a really common thing for everybody to just say, I'm gonna kill myself when things were getting tough.
Oh yeah.
And because of that, so many adults to everybody, not just to me, would be like, are you okay? Do you need to talk?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just not about that, but yeah, I mean.
I feel like since we did that in middle school, like our entire generation has become so desensitized.
Oh,
to, like,
exactly. I
saying
completely
that as a
agree.
joke, that like you can't tell at all anymore whether or not someone's being serious.
No, even at work, like when I worked at like a regular job, I would say that to my coworkers who were years older than me, and they'd be like, "Huh? What?" Like they'd be so taken aback by it, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you don't understand. I don't mean that.
It's not that deep, literally.
It's not."
I had a friend get kicked off her color guard team because she jokingly said she wanted to kill herself, and they're like, "You can't be here because of your mental health. You need to go to a
Oh my god, you need to go to a facility, and then like a bunch
That kind of stuff is so bad because like things like that could be like color guard for that girl could have been her one escape that
Yeah.
makes her
Yeah.
happy.
That's really true.
And then she accidentally let her emotion show when she's like with
Mhm.
the girls, you know, and
Yeah.
and then she can't do the one thing that makes her happy. That stuff, that's when it becomes an issue.
And that's like something that's like so like screwed up about like the education system, I guess, is like in middle school there was like this thing where like if you weren't doing well in your classes, you had academic probation and you weren't allowed to like be on any sports team, go to any dances or anything like that. And like I luckily my like escape was volleyball, but I didn't do volleyball at school.
Mhm.
But I was constantly on academic probation.
Yeah,
So,
same
if-
thing.
So like I couldn't do anything to like get away from school. It was just everything was about school.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really like I don't know why they do shit like that, or like
Such a backwards mentality.
it is.
Yeah.
What was nice for me is I did tennis in high school, and the class that I was failing was pre-calculus, and my tennis coach was my pre-calculus teacher, so he'd always like give me good grades, just so he'd be like, "I know you're failing, we have a tennis match tomorrow, and I need you to have your grades up so you're able to go. I'm like, okay.
Oh, that's so great.
Day after the match, you're back at an F. He's like, "Good part, kid."
He's like, all right, tennis season's over. You failed. I did fail pre-calculus. Jayton and I had
Yeah.
pre-calculus together. We failed that together.
Aw.
Jayton
No,
didn't even
it's-
go to the final exam. He's like, well,
I failed
I
so many
messaged-
classes throughout school.
I didn't
because she was on the tennis team with that teacher. I messaged him right before the final, and I was like, "Hey, so I did some calculating, and even if I get 100% on the final, I won't be able to pass the semester. Can I like come in and just give you a bunch of work, and you give me like half credit? I don't mind." And he's just said, "No, all late work needed to be turned in by this date." And I just responded, "These tears fall gently. Rest easy, Philly boy." And I like never saw him again.
Oh, wow.
You never. I loved that. I think I still have that text if I actually look for it.
Oh yeah, I know that I have a screenshot of it. I love that. Every now and then it pops up in my camera roll, and I'm just brought back.
I
How
never really
poetic.
failed many classes in school, and that was mostly because like my parents were very adamant about me like passing all my classes. The only class I failed was pre-algebra in 8th grade. But
Ooh.
everyone
Ooh.
in middle school
Yep.
that I know took that teacher's class failed because A, he could barely speak English. B, he didn't teach. He just didn't teach. He just expected you to know everything. And so when I went to Silverado, they were getting my transcript and they saw who my teacher was. And they just changed the grade for me.
That's
That-
funny.
Her and I had that same teacher, and he was so much so not the teacher of that class that he verbatim said to me, "I am not your teacher, the book your teacher." And I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
oh."
Was he also Russian and or Serbian and or some form of Turkish?
Turkish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Turkish.
Turkish.
Wow.
That
Yeah.
teacher was like so wild because I both hated and loved his class just because of how chaotic it was.
The text.
man-
And there's just so many stories from that class alone.
I'll just tell one, and I'm sure you remember the one. I broke my ankle one time, and this man, one of my friends, not me, picked up one of my crutches and whacked my other friend in the back of the head with it. And my teacher saw this, and he walked up and took my crutches. That was his solution. He just took them and put them in the front of the room. I was like, "What if there's a fire?" He was like, I will give them. You will not. You will be okay." And I was like, "I don't like that." So he started teaching again, and I crawled to the front of the room, and I got my crutches, and then I walked back, and I like looked at him, and I just like aggressively nodded at him, and I was like, I need these. I don't know what you're doing.
There were so many like random ass like things that we would do in that class because we just couldn't pay attention to class. Like there was this thing where like I guess it was like a thumbtack that was like in the wall, and someone like created a hole with it, and throughout the entire year we dug a hole through the wall.
Yeah, I think Jayton still told that one.
No, he told the one about the hole in the ground.
Oh,
From the
okay.
second
Yeah, that was in the
floor.
art class.
Yeah, that was in the art class. This
You'll
one was
just
in
be
art.
putting holes in walls, huh?
Yeah, this one was like against like the actual wall.
Okay.
And so every day it was like in my class it was me, Jeffrey, and Joseph, I think, and Cameron. All four of
Of
us
course.
would like work on it and like slowly
Work
dig the hole
on it,
through-
the class project.
Yeah, basically. And then we just dig this hole, and like eventually we started like hiding notes for like the other class, which was Jayton's class.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, there were like Powerade bottles in there and shit by the end of the year. It was a big fucking hole.
Wow.
it was like at least I think it was like at least the size of like a baseball. Like it was
Oh yeah,
Fairly
at
big.
least.
And no one ever noticed this?
Well,
the teacher
no.
didn't. Everyone else knew about it.
The
Okay,
teacher
okay.
barely noticed the fucking students in the room. You didn't notice a hole in the back?
I guess not.
Class, a whole experience.
A hole.
A whole experience.
That's the fucking...
Yeah, I
Everyone
think
listens to
like
this great comedy podcast.
I think throughout like my entire school life, I've probably failed maybe 4 classes, I think.
Nice.
Total, like high school and middle school. I don't know if I failed anything in
Are we-
middle school, but
Are we counting failed as in like you had to retake it or D's?
Well, the classes that I failed were like classes that weren't necessarily required to graduate.
Okay.
So like I failed a speech and debate class because I never went. I just never showed up to the class in my freshman year of high school. Not a single. I went maybe twice and it just didn't go, and so I failed that one.
Yeah.
And then like even in online school, there were classes that I just didn't feel like doing, so I just didn't do them. Spanish, I failed twice. You know, just classes that I was like, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I've only ever failed pre-calculus. I said that meme though. And then I retook it and I passed with a D.
Ooh, how fun.
I also failed English, and then I had to speed run it like 5 days before graduation.
Oh, yeah.
I have speed running classes.
Yeah, I think I told that story.
The phrase of like D's are for degrees really stuck with me. Sure.
I thought that was some clown shit that all the silly kids said.
No.
I was
Silly
like, yeah,
kids.
okay, sure.
You're messing with me.
I think it was like senior year was like when I did. No, I think junior year I did like the worst, and I just made
Junior
sure
year
I
was
at
my
least
worst,
got.
yeah.
I think I just like made sure I got at least a D in all of my classes.
Same.
There's like some classes that I did better in, but like D was like the bottom line.
I think it literally is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But I don't think I failed another class besides pre-algebra.
I
so
love
proud of
failing.
you.
Failing classes just made me feel like I'm different.
Different.
Gained an individuality complex.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because I see a lot of TikToks about this now from people that are still in high school and have to do, like, online stuff because of the pandemic, and they just talk about how they feel like it's optional. Like, that's how I felt through my entire high school life, because I did online school for 3 years. So I would wake up and try to do schoolwork, and I'd be like, no, not today. And I would wait until the end of the year to do all my work because there was no deadline except for the day before school was over. That was the deadline.
Nice.
Online school is beautiful and dangerous for that reason.
Exactly.
We want another question, kids?
Yeah, we got some more. We got some cues. Another
All right.
one.
Here's another fun little interactive question for the three of us to do together.
The
from
three
our
of
Discord-
us?
Not
The
you,
three
Katie.
of
Not
us?
you. You're not invited.
Katie's not invited to this question.
Wait, which one?
You.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, the four of
You're the
us. Hi,
narrator.
Katie. Okay. So, in our Discord server again, B asks, what animal would you be if you were an animal? And then we all have to give each other an animal. And what animal we see each other as. All right, kids, have we had time to think?
Yeah.
All right, Angie. So here's how we're gonna do this. Angie's gonna say what she thinks she is, and then we're gonna say what we thought Angie was, and then we're gonna go down the line there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I put frog.
That's a good. I was thinking frog. I
that's
put you as a
valid.
deer.
Deer.
Like a deer who's gonna get ran over by a car for not paying attention.
What? All right. I mean, I'll take it. I guess.
Before that, I had raccoon.
Yes.
I was in between raccoon and deer.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. I said that Angie was a munchkin cat, the ones with like the short legs.
I love
I said that Angie was the Saint Bernard.
A Saint
Ooh.
Bernard. Okay.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
good one.
That's good.
Specifically, like with the thing of water around their neck. Going up a mountain.
Yeah.
That one.
All right, Jayton. What are you?
We're gonna go with me next. I'm gonna go with like the Bronx Zoo tiger that caught COVID-19.
Yeah. That's great.
All right, what do we got? What did you guys say?
I put spider monkey, and my explanation that I wrote down in my notes was, I don't know, just the vibes.
I said that Jayton was a hamster.
Ooh.
I can see it.
Like G-Force?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
you.
That's actually exactly what I was thinking.
But which hamster in G-Force?
Aren't they guinea pigs? Isn't that
Yeah.
like
Oh
guinea
yeah,
pigs?
they are. They're guinea pigs.
They were guinea pigs.
But no,
You know that this is sorry. You know that hamster from G-Force, like the guinea pig from G-Force, like the girl one that they made like sexy for no reason.
Yeah, they really did.
I want to be the one that goes G-Force.
Sorry, Katie, continue.
But I just because hamsters have like two moods. They're either super high energy or like tired. and like one asleep. And I feel like that like very specifically describes Jayton.
Yeah, I can see that.
I put Jayton down as a golden retriver.
He's just a white man.
He's a white man.
No, I was just saying because he's like really friendly and sociable, high energy. He's just a good boy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. All right. For me, this is really biased, just based off my one of my favorite animals. I put myself as a penguin.
Okay. Well,
Penguin / raccoon.
I personally, I don't know about you guys. I put hedgehog.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's what I put.
Yeah.
Katie.
Oh, sorry. I put Katie as one of her dogs.
As one of my dogs. Which one?
I don't know specifically, but just the breed.
Okay.
Because I feel like that just defines
I'm scary. Do I scare
The
you?
images of the dogs that you
Yeah, you
send are very
definitely
similar to the
sometimes
images of yourself
terrify
that
me.
you send.
Because sometimes she just barks out of nowhere.
Stop.
There we go. There we go.
All right, Katie. Katie, what do you have for yourself?
I put myself down as a red panda.
I actually put
Aw.
you as a red panda too.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I put you as a red panda / peacock. Peacock is your hair. Reminded me of peacock feathers.
I dyed my hair. It's no longer.
I know, but before that you were a peacock. But now, then I actually did put you as red panda. That's completely
That's
serious.
funny. I really see myself as a red panda.
You really do give off red panda energy.
I love that.
I put mole, and I don't know why. It was just the first thing that came to my mind. They're really cute.
Are you
And-
blind?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Underground. Katie actually does live underground in big tunnels.
Yeah.
And I can't see. I genuinely cannot see.
Well, I mean, I guess I nailed it, huh?
Yeah, it's perfect. Actually, better than a panda.
I put Katie as a porcupine
I
because
love that.
they're like cute and wholesome, but like they poke. They
They poke.
They poke. They poke.
Yeah, they do
poke.
the hokey pokey
point.
and they turn themselves around.
They
That's
poke.
what it's all about.
Yeah.
I love that. I like all three of those.
I feel like these have really worked.
They
These are
did.
really good options.
Yeah, the vibes really
So-
matched.
Yeah.
I don't know, just the vibe.
Are these our fursonas?
Oh, yeah.
I'm personally choosing red panda over all of the choices, but yeah.
What's
I
funny is
want the
last-
Cobra tiger.
So last year I was in my Sonic the Hedgehog art phase, as we all have been at some point, right?
Right, of course, yeah.
And I drew myself as my Sonic the Hedgehog Sona. It was Catherine the cat, because that was pretty obvious. And I made Frank a red panda. So I can make Katie a red panda too.
Do it.
But
There we go.
Commission Vivian.
Commission
Uh-oh.
Viv-
Oh no.
God. That's my furry sister, for everyone who doesn't know who Vivian is. Alright, and this is going to be the last question we're going to answer. It's from our friend Melody. And she asks us what our favorite candle scents are. Alright, I'll go if no one else. I'm a really big fan of the Vanilla Bean Noel candle from Bath & Body Works. And it's Christmas season, which means they're back, and it's very exciting for me.
I have like 2 candles that I really like right now. I tend to go for like the beachy or like cologne smells. I don't like fall scents. But my favorites right now is Warm Luxe Cashmere by Yankee Candle. I also really like, it's an anime boy candle.
Oh.
So there's this company that does candles based off of like anime characters.
Ah.
Similar to St. Mary candles. I like that.
And my coworker got me this one, and it's supposed to be Kiyosoma from Fruits Basket, and it smells really good. But it's become like one of my favorites.
Does it smell like a boy?
It does. It smells like cologne.
That's what
It
that
kind
here. Going off of that, right? My favorite candle scent, like all throughout middle school and high school, was this one mahogany teakwood from Bath and
Yeah,
Body.
that one's
That's
so
Yeah,
good.
because it
good.
smells like
That's a good
cologne,
one.
and I was so alone in high school, and so I would smell it before bed, and I would go, and then I'd cry, and then I'd wake up and I'd smell it, and and then that was it, and that was my favorite scent.
This one literally smells
Damn,
like
you okay,
um,
bitch? Go therapy. It's
the,
therapy when you got candle.
the anime boy candle kind of smells like a gentle what is that store called? Hollister. It's
Oh.
Gentle Hollister
An acoustic Hollister.
compared to
yeah.
the real harsh Hollister.
It's
We all
real
say
hard.
here.
No, it is harsh. I don't like going in there. It
Yeah,
scares
you
me.
go in and it feels like someone just like, yeah.
It feels like someone, it literally smells like someone dumped like 5 things of cologne
Mhm.
and just said, that's good.
Looks like it smells like you got punched in the face by a 5th grader who discovered Axe body spray.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to chew 5 gum.
Mhm.
My favorite candle is a random one that I got at Target when I worked at Target. But so that I can give it a name, I will say I can give one a name. I will say the flannel from Bath and Body Works. That one's quite nice.
That one's really good. I have that one.
I also I can't remember which one it was because I don't buy them very often. But I like fall scented candles.
Fall
They're real
scented
nice.
candles go hard. Also the crackling,
Yeah.
crackling fall scented candles. That's
I don't mind certain fall scented candles, but I don't like the ones that smell like strongly of pumpkin or like smell super sweet.
I don't like that either. I like cinnamon.
I was about to say my favorite one was pumpkin cupcake.
oh
Like-
well.
Two of my least favorite things.
We got news for you.
You're kicked out of the podcast.
Your
This
your
is why-
opinion is wrong.
This is
The Bath and Body Works strawberry shortcake one. I think that's what it's
Ooh,
called.
yes.
That one.
That one.
We opened that one when we went Black Friday shopping, and I looked at my friend and I was like, "This one, wow, that hit." It's the only way to describe it.
Whenever I go candle shopping with my boyfriend Frank, he always has this mentality of this is a bathroom candle and this is a bedroom.
He really has a point. He has a point, and I agree.
I
with
know.
that.
That's valid.
I just wanted
This
to
is a
bring it
card
up.
candle?
Like,
Part
there's
candle.
yeah. It's like he's like, you don't want your bathroom to smell like banana bread. No, that's like a kitchen candle.
Want a bit?
For your bathroom candles, you want one of these like mahogany ones for like the bathroom. I'm like, okay, he's like one of these peachy ones. I'm like, okay.
I got
Yeah,
like
my-
a citrus
my
If we
bathroom-
ever
lime
move
in
in
my
together, he's
bathroom.
gonna plan out the candles.
My bathroom will always be like a beachy smell. Like I have Sun and Sand by Yankee Candle in there right now, and then I have the Kyo Soma candle in my room.
And if anyone's wondering, right now on my desk, I have Peach Bellini from Bath and Body Works.
Oh, right now I have
I like this.
Applewood and Amber from Threshold, which I think is a Target brand, and it's a crackling
Ooh.
candle.
What is a crackling candle? I've never heard of it.
It's got like a wood wick, so it crackles.
Yeah, like a
when it burns.
fireplace.
Oh
Almost.
my goodness! I got it.
It's they have
Does it
some
got
at
a
Target.
snap and a pop candle too? Y'all got crackle, not snap and pop.
I don't have a pop candle.
Bad joke.
Bad joke.
No, I loved it. It was
I
a great joke.
I have a candle that I forgot to turn off when I was watching Pawn Stars.
Turn
one
off.
day. Yeah. And because of that, the whole thing kind of melted over itself because it doesn't have a glass body to it.
No
But
more.
none of the wax spilled, so it just looks like it's falling, and it's really pretty. I love this candle.
This is so off topic, but Jayton just mentioned Pawn Stars, and I have a story. I have a story. So my dad called me yesterday with some pretty exhilarating news. The agent or someone who works for Pawn Stars asked if his artwork could be on the show.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
there's this whole deal where my dad is bringing in a big piece of artwork and someone is going to try to trade a Mercedes for it. And that's
What?
the premise of the episode of the show.
I'm
So,
happy.
yeah. I'm famous.
Okay.
Pawn Stars is for the community, and that's fact.
Pawn
Did your
Stars
dad
is for
work on,
Bulgarian
the
fathers.
Avengers movie?
Huh?
What was your question?
Did your dad work on the Avengers movie?
My dad has worked on a few movies, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I know Evgeny's up to something.
He's up to some stuff, yeah. He did Avengers, Jurassic World.
Ooh. Was he the dinosaur?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was all of them. My dad is a sculptor, by the way, for those who don't know.
His
Her
wife-
dad is real life Spencer Shea.
No, he really is. He really is.
That's how I'm trying to be, honestly.
It's such a distinct childhood memory of me going into Angie's house as a kid, 11, and just seeing her chairs made out of asses.
Yeah, there's just boobs everywhere.
There's boobs all over her
Boobs,
house. This
balls.
is why Angie is the way she is, because her dad sculpted boobs for furniture.
Boobs and balls when I was 8 years old, surrounding the house. And I'd look at it and I'd go, huh, that's nice. And that's
Just
why I'm
imagine-
bisexual.
The
We made the same joke! Yeah.
I just imagine he's like, oh, I can't have a man cave? I'll see who wins. Okay.
That's That's exactly how it happened.
You want a man cave? Here's a cave full of sculptures of men.
Yeah.
Oh, Evgeny. And the myth, the legend. Bring him on the podcast.
I will. He'll have some stuff
We
to
just
say.
need to have everybody's dad on the podcast.
Yeah, and I've been saying.
We'll
Bring
do it.
Roger.
We'll do
what's your dad's name again?
Mike.
Mike, Roger, Mike, and Evgeny, the podcast.
Bring your dad to podcast, eh?
I like the concept that we're not in the podcast.
It's
Yeah.
just our
bullshit.
dad.
For like
Our
an
dads who
hour.
have never interacted before. They're like, so what do you do for work?
Our dads
No
have
one in the
interacted
stock market?
before.
Our dad, yeah, probably.
They
actually,
definitely
yeah.
have.
We haven't asked Katie about her any stories.
Yeah,
about
we
her.
I can
haven't
go
asked
like
Katie.
throw myself off the stairs and we can talk about it.
We'll just talk about how you feel.
So what's
It'll
it like,
just be
Jayton?
me. It'll just be me in an ambulance driving to go help Jayton.
Can we
8
just
hours.
let's
It's a
just
new podcast.
let's just have Katie say wee woo for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes straight.
Yeah.
I fall down the stairs. I'm like, guys, I need help. And then she starts up. Wee, woo.
And then she can explain to us everything she's doing, and that'll be the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Actually, here's a
now,
good
I'm
question.
putting my foot on his chest and pressing hard, ensuring that he has passed away.
Here's a good question actually. If Jayton were to fall down the stairs, what would you do, Katie? If Jayton were to take a tumble, Katie, what would you do? How would you help him?
Well, to start it off with, I'm not an EMT.
Yeah, but I'm still
Okay.
gonna ask you this question, and then you'll just tell me anyway. Make something up.
This is not advice.
You're our
I
guest.
don't know what I'm doing.
This is not medical. This is not medical advice. But I mean, from what I understand of like what they do, they would like take your vitals, ask if you're in pain. If you're in a decent amount of pain, they take you to the hospital.
All right. Well, that's a good enough answer for me.
Jesus, I might as
They
well
would,
just
like,
call my
I feel
mom.
I feel like they would. I mean, I feel like they'd ask if you want them to take you to the hospital. If you say no, it doesn't cost anything. If you
Mhm,
take
that's what I
the
did
ride,
when
it
I
costs
was younger.
something. Yeah. So there's that.
Amber alert, and I got Katie alert. Hey, biz, what I do? I feel like we haven't really given Katie a lot of special attention, being our special guest. Katie, do you have any stories you want to tell the listeners, the people?
I would have to like think about some. I mean, I
Think
have
harder.
this one. I have this one written down that I always think is really funny. It's
Okay,
like
go.
super stupid actually.
Go.
So I've worked 2 jobs. And my current job is I'm a supply technician for an EMS company, so I like clean and stock ambulances for a living. I hate the term for a living because it makes me feel like this is like my career, like my current career.
Yeah.
But so
11 for 45 years.
so I had just started this job, like it was like last year, and our training was like 3 weeks long because you have to memorize everything that goes in the truck and all that kind of stuff. And part of our job is to like fuel the trucks and like put gas in them. And we used to have this like Google Docs where we would like put in like how much gas we put in the truck, and we had to basically be trained on how to use it. And my trainer, he was like, "Oh, I'll show you how to use the fuel log," and he's showing me his phone, and he goes, "Here, let me just click on Safari," and he opens Safari, and it's just Pornhub.
What was he watching?
I cannot tell you for sure. I did not remember that much, but he looked at me. And he
Ambulance sex. Two ambulances having sex.
And he tells me, he goes, "You cannot tell anyone about this." And then he proceeds to tell every single person that he comes into contact with, like, that happened.
He's like, I better get ahead of this.
I don't trust Katie. I'm gonna tell everyone myself.
He literally
Yeah.
told like supervisors and everything. He was
Wow.
like, "This just happened." I'm like, "You told me not to say anything, but then you tell every supervisor."
I said you not say anything. I can say whatever I fucking want.
That's the power move.
Yeah, he was trying to establish his dominance. That's all.
I know this is like
By telling
I know
everyone that he just showed Katie Pornhub.
I know we talked about this like a while ago, but the casting of like live action movies that
Yes.
reminded me of this time when I worked at Smith. I had this
And we had a Christmas play.
I had this manager. His name was Wes, and he was just like super, I guess, slow, and just did everything like super slow and was like super chill. And then the manager that I was friends with, his name was Michael. He pulled me aside one day. He goes, "Hey, have you ever seen Zootopia?" I was like, not yet. And he goes, "Look up this scene," and it's the scene of the sloths at the DMV.
Oh.
And he goes, "That's Wes." And I don't know how to describe how well that like described this man, but ever since then, every time I see him, I just think of the sloths from Zootopia.
That's how my brain works. My brain's the sloth from Zootopia.
I
Just
feel
the
like I
brain.
don't really have that many interesting like work stories. I have I have this permanent dent in my head.
Oh,
Um,
that's fun. That's
We're
cool.
Just for sloth.
it's like a little divot in my forehead that like you can't tell, but I noticed it when like I touch my forehead from when I first started at community. And most of our trucks are like fairly tall, and I can step into them. Like I just have to duck a little bit, but I can usually just like step into them and I'm fine. But we have our ambulances that are really really
Oh,
short.
tell me more about the ambulances.
I've seen them close up.
So ambulances basically are like it's kind of like a camper van. So it's just your normal van, and it just has a gurney inside, and they're like decently short. So when you're used to getting into like the other ambulances, like you start to do the same thing getting into those. And I'm tall, and I smacked my head onto the door hinge, and now I stepped back and just kind of like looked around. I was hoping no one noticed. No one did. But then like my head hurt for like the rest of the day, and I thought I had a concussion, and I didn't. But now, since then, I have this divot in my head from smacking my head on an ambulance.
Wow.
Wow. I just imagine that it's like a coconut, like feeling around where you're supposed to drill in to get the juice out clean. That's what I imagine.
That just reminded me that I have a bald spot and a missing tooth.
Nice.
Just wanted to bring that up.
So, I know I brought this up on a different episode where like I had my seizures in the 4th grade, and I told you about like how my brother, he like wrote about that in his memories book, right?
Yeah.
So his other memory in our memories book is how when I first got to school, I was one of the taller kids and I had a bottom locker, and whenever I got up, I would always bang my head into the top of the locker, and he
It's
wrote
always
that
a
as his second favorite memory of school was watching me bang my head ever. They gave me a bigger lock. They gave me a top locker because I kept doing it so much. Like that was my favorite memory.
I love that like Katie was like the taller kid back then.
No, but
now
so
she's,
was
like, the
I.
short-
So
Yeah,
at some
I
point,
was like the 3rd tallest in my 5th grade class.
That's
and
exactly what I was
6th
gonna
grade,
say!
Everyone started getting taller. I'm like, oh no.
that's
no,
right.
no,
Like
no.
in 5th grade, I think I was literally like the 2nd or 3rd tallest person in my class because at that time I was the same height that I am now, but no one else was. But then I just stopped growing.
One of my best friends in middle school, when I knew him, he was 4'11", and his girlfriend was like 5'6". We always used to like make fun of that because like, oh, look how much shorter you are. He just texted me today saying, "Hey, I'm 6'1", and I think I'm gonna go have a stroke. Katie, call the ambulance.
I thought you were saying that he texted you that he was gonna have a stroke.
I was like, and what was the rest?
I'm 6'1". Hey Katie, I know we haven't talked in a long time, but all of a
call
sudden
now.
I'm 6'1" and I think I'm having a stroke. Please call an ambulance. Just out of nowhere.
No, I feel like I'm gonna have a stroke because like in my brain he is still 4'10", and he's like, I'm coming to Vegas by the end of the month, and I'm like, please don't see me. Please don't look at me. I'm gonna freak out.
I've always been like the taller of my friends. I'm like,
And you still are.
yeah, I'm still like one of the tallest ones. I think Jayton used to be shorter than me,
Yeah.
but like I think throughout high school is when he got taller than me. But I've always been like the tallest in my class for like the most part until about like junior or senior year.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
Oh.
6'4".
But on Tinder, I'm 6 foot.
But yeah,
I'm
like,
5
like
I'm
5'4".
5'3".
$5'4".
Yeah, I'm like I think I'm like 5'10",
I always thought
5'11".
Angie and I were the same height. I don't know why. Because I think it's just because I associate us as the same person. I feel like we're the same height.
Well, we're almost there. 1 inch off.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it. I mean,
I think that's
we're
it.
running out of time. The cops are at my door. I really have to go.
What'd
The
you
ambulance
do?
is on the way.
What'd you
I had to
do?
go attend an ambulance. Sorry.
Well,
What crime did you commit?
we don't need to get into that.
Oh,
She committed
okay.
tax evasion. She's going to prison.
Shit.
Miss Bonacharo, open up! Open up!
Imagine you just hear that in the background. Any concluding thoughts, Katie?
Which one?
Well, who do you think?
You could be asking me to do the end outro, or you could be asking her to say like a sign off.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
asking
not
Katie if
sure.
she has like anything else. Anything else to add, Katie?
Plug whatever you want. Go ahead.
I think I already plug my podcast?
Yeah.
Let's do it
Yeah.
again.
I should have a podcast episode out starting this week. It'll be called Passing the Mic. I almost said pissing.
Pissing on the
That's
mic.
better. Gotta
It's an
read
ASMR
brand.
podcast.
Passing the mic. It should be available on Spotify, Apple Music.
How about YouTube?
And Anchor. I
Oh,
don't know about
okay.
YouTube yet, but it will be available
Ah.
on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Music.
Woo!
You can also
Nice.
follow me on Twitter. My Twitter is MILFs in your area.
We love that.
Nice.
We do love that.
I just like plugging my Twitter purely because of what my username is.
No,
It's
yeah,
great.
no. Makes sense. All right, kids. We have a lot of social media profiles now. We're pretty much everywhere. We're on twitch.tv.net. We're on youtube.com, tiktok.gov.
.net.gov.org.
Yeah. All the
We're on
dots.
all of them. So instead of reading off every single title we have, if you go to our twitter.com, it's peaked in 6, spelled with the letter 6. No, the number 6. I'm sorry, spelled with the letter 6. I'm gonna put our link tree. I'm gonna pin it, or it's like actually it's in our profile. If you just go to the link on our profile, it's our link tree. The link tree just shows you every single profile we have: our Twitch, our YouTube, our TikToks, all those good classic ones. So yeah, you can find us all there. Thank you all for listening, and don't get caught.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck,
luck.
Charlie.
And good luck, Katie.
Doing a quick
That's
Quick
so
vaping sign-off.
ominous. That's so
Yeah, but
ominous.